Hello, welcome back to Books at 60. I'm just finding it very difficult to draw my eyes away from the cutest little kittens, and they're just making me smile. Look, now isn't that a face to make you love it? I love these little books. They're so sweet, and if you happen to be a cat lover, well, oh look. Look at little Frankenstein. Now, is that the cutest face you've ever seen in your life? And don't worry, dog lovers, I Can Put Away Pounce by Seth Castile. That's the little book I was reading with the kittens in it. So cute. And I can pick up instead Zen Dogs. Alex Kearns has photographed these beautiful dogs, and alongside she's written little quotes to make us feel more zen. You sit in meditation for 20 minutes a day, unless you're busy. Then you should sit for an hour. Now that's a Zen proverb, and it's being practiced by Jessie, who's a gorgeous little dachshund. Isn't that beautiful? Seriously, aren't animals just so good for the soul? They make you come back down to earth and live in a life where nothing can bring you peace but yourself, as said Ralph Waldo Emerson. And Harley, who's a border collie mix, is posing there for us, showing us just how. Lovely little books. Think about these as little stocking fillers, or maybe just something pleasant to have on your coffee tables, side tables, just to have a little look and be brought back to earth. Well, haven't we had the most exciting couple of interviews? The amazing Ari Seth Cohen talking with Julia Zanetta and Sarah Jane Adams about his fabulous advanced style. I love Ari's photographs. I love the women that he photographs. They're all of a certain age, shall we say our age, and they define elegance to suit themselves. I love their confidence. I love the way they go on. And then I had the great pleasure to sit here with the amazing Jodi Picoult. I love Jodi's books. I loved from the first one I read, which was Plain Truth. And then we actually reviewed Leaving Time here on Books at 60. Quite some time ago now, she tells me 2 years. That was a really interesting book about what's real and what's not. I found, like a lot of other books, I was going down the red herring that she laid for me. In her latest book, Small Great Things, it's an amazing read. It really had me looking at myself and thinking, am I like that? Sometimes when I had to say yes, I was kind of disappointed in myself. But this is what reading's all about, isn't it? It makes us look inside ourselves, outside ourselves, appreciate the world around us, and if we're lucky, we learn something as we go along. Now, one of the places that maybe we'll learn something, I'm not sure if I could ever learn. I look at these aspirational shows, and I do call them aspirational, such as the Great Australian Bake Off, and I think, oh, there's absolutely no way I could do that. But then you have a look at this beautiful book, The Great Australian Bake Off Companion, and you have a look at some of the recipes. Forget the Croquembouche Tower. That's aspirational, but it also comes under the heading of fantasy. Ain't gonna happen in my lifetime. Or you can have a look over here at a pear and walnut tart. Now, it's a totally different thing. This, again, is aspirational, but I look at it and think, yes, I could possibly do that, unlike some other things. This is a beautifully produced little book. It's simple, it's soft cover, And there are recipes, fried yogurt flatbreads filled with Cavolo Nero and Fontina. I'd have to look up the recipes to know what it was. Oh, but I do understand salted caramel. What about you? And a Lamington cake. Yep, I understand that one too. Japanese honey souffle, cheesecake. Okay, honey souffle, cheesecake, Japanese. Can't all be wrong. I think you're going to enjoy this little book. It's, as I said, aspirational, but I think you might also take quite a bit of inspiration from it. Sometimes you pick up a book and you think, I wonder what that's all about. And that's what happened to me with a compilation by Don Watson called A Single Tree. I wasn't quite sure what to expect when I looked at this book. So I went to the contents and I suddenly found all these names. John Batman, George Bennett, James Boyce, David Cameron, Frank Clark, all in alphabetical order, I might add. Arthur Henry, Murray Johnson, Thomas Keneally, Marylebone District Historical Society. And I thought, what are all these people, such diverse authors? Some I've never heard of, some I've obviously heard of, such as Patrick White, Tim Winton and Judith Wright. But what were they all doing in one volume? Well, Charles Beam says, the truth is there exists inside coastal Australia a second Australia, the larger of the two, of which most people know very little more than do the Londoners. This is a book about the people of the bush. They're not the movers and shakers of society, but they're 4 generations of the people who have really built Australia. They're the people who live in the bush, the fabled bush, and they cover many generations. This doesn't just look at the white experience of living in the bush, it also looks at the Indigenous experience of living in the bush. I can't tell you how much I am looking forward to reading the collective thoughts and narratives of such diverse people. Many times we've all said it, that reading is how we travel, how we learn about the world, how we learn about ourselves. And the books we've spoken about today, a simple little selection, one a cookbook, 2 about our pets, 1 about fashion for us fabulous boomers, the other a discussion with a fabulous author who's written a book that, as I said, made me question myself. This is what I love about my reading life. There's so much diversity there, and I hope you will enjoy taking part or some of the journey with me. If you'd like to travel the whole way with me, that'd be fabulous too. Please check in at Books at 60 on our Facebook page. And again, anyone who would like to make a comment, and thank you for those who have. I've received some lovely little emails recently. Thank you for your comments. Feel free to write a comment to me. And if there's somebody in particular you'd like me to interview, let me know. We'll see what we can do. I have a couple of interviews I'm working on. Again, they're not confirmed yet, so I can't tell you, but you're going to love some of the people we speak to in the coming weeks. I like to think that we're having a conversation with these authors whose works we've read. So, just a short one this week, But I'll look forward to seeing you again very soon on Starts at 60 or Books at 60. Bye for now.